Greetings. R. Frederick Riddle here with another Christian News and Views. This is episode 68. And today we are looking back at the California fires. They're back in the news again. And this is primarily an update covering a lot of news that's taken place. And I will tell you right up front, I have not brought all of it forward because there's a lot there, a lot more than I can deal with in this podcast. So I've gone in and selected what I want to talk about, and then I'm going to offer my opinions. So we're going to start out most recently and then go backwards in time here. At least 29 people have died as multiple wildfires, fueled by severe drought conditions and strong winds, rage across Southern California. Thousands of firefighters have been battling wildfires across 45 square miles of densely populated Los Angeles County. The two largest fires, the Palisades Fire in Pacific Palisades and the Eaton Fire near Pasadena, remain active. One of the latest, the Hughes Fire in the Castaic area, has prompted evacuation orders for tens of thousands of people. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office reported an additional fire-related death on Monday, bringing the total number of fatalities to 29. The additional fatality was attributed to the Palisades Fire, bringing its total to 12 deaths, while 17 people died in the Eaton Fire in the Altadena area of LA County. So, this is going back to the January 24th. So that's a few days ago. The Border 2 fire near the San Diego-Mexican border has spread to more than 5,300 acres and is 10% contained. The Chula Vista Elementary School District said it's closing night schools Friday due to safety and air quality concerns. Actually, earlier that day, Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, committed themselves to sending 40 firefighters to Los Angeles to help fight the multiple wildfires spreading across the region. Governor Josh Shapiro, or Shapiro, I think it said, that's what he said. Here's the quote: "My administration is proud to support national wildfire response efforts with these brave and highly trained crews who are answering the call to protect lives and communities. Pennsylvania stands ready to help any state facing these unprecedented challenges." A red flag warning that's going on, that's the end of the quote. A red flag warning that's been in effect across Southern California will expire at 10 a.m. local time. Now, this is back on the 24th. The gusty winds, which contribute to the spread of wildfires, will decrease throughout the morning and then let up in the afternoon. So that weekend, as they were going towards the weekend, conditions they were confident would improve. Humidity will increase and rain will reach Southern California on Saturday. This is last Saturday. The scattered showers will linger through Sunday and Monday. There are no major flooding risks and only 5% to 10% chance of significant debris and burn scars from the fires. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed legislation Thursday afternoon, that's almost a week ago, that directs $2.5 billion in relief to help support wildfire response and recovery efforts in Los Angeles. "We're all in this together," Newsom said during a press conference announcing the passing of the bill Thursday afternoon. The governor was joined at the press conference by Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas, Senate Pro Tempore Mike McGuire, legislators, and local leaders. Newsom noted the California leaders put politics aside to deliver the relief package. The governor said the funds will be made available immediately. As much of Southern California remains under a red flag alert for weather-driven wildfire danger, Firefighters across the region have been working to contain at least 10 new fires that broke out Thursday. Again, this is last Thursday. Most of the new blazes have been contained or have seen forward progress stopped. Multiple fires that began in San Diego County have been contained, but the largest Border 2 fire remains active with at least 20 acres burned. San Bernardino County also saw 2 fires break out, with the Highland Fire being stopped and the Baldy Fire burning just 2 acres. Los Angeles County fire officials have made progress with the Sepulveda Fire, which is 54% contained. 2 fires in Ventura County, the Laguna Fire and the Acacia Fire, have also been contained. So that's the news. Now, again, I started out the beginning and went backwards to time. But it gives you how this fire has been spreading and getting bigger and bigger, and more of them are popping up. Now, when I first started reporting about these fires, I was impressed with the mayor of Los Angeles. I was also impressed with the governor. But that dissipated as the facts came out, and neglect, I'm not going to say ignorance. I think they knew what was going on. But the failure to act, the failure to take preventative measures. The LA mayor, she went over to a wedding, nothing wrong with that, but she went, and by all looks, she didn't leave somebody who could take her place. Sometimes you need to have somebody who's in charge, a top dog who's in charge, and she would have been the top dog at that point. And there wasn't anybody, and there was somebody that took her place, but apparently didn't have either the expertise, the knowledge, or the will. I don't know, but they didn't do the job. So there was a failure on both parts. And then you had the state government, both the governor and the legislature. They failed in their own. They had opportunities to actually do things that would have prevented, or at least reduced the possibility of these fires taking place. There's a lot of blame to go around. And so here's my opinion on this. California, long an independent state that looked at itself as a leader among states on a lot of different issues, is now dependent on help from outside their borders. New fires are breaking out. At one point, it seemed like it'd be doing it on almost a daily basis. This is it's kind of funny in a way. California has held its nose up like that and been very proud. They say you can't do this or you can't do that unless you can't sell your products like cars here unless you meet certain laws that we pass and things of this nature. Have they led other states? In some cases, yes. I don't think it's been most cases, though. They get a little bit carried away with themselves, and they try to enact a green technology, I guess you'd call it, which is debatable and whether it's even factual. They are liberals. Let's just face it. They are liberals. They have a liberal agenda, and they're not really too concerned about facts. They can create their own facts, especially if they're using AI. You can create a lot of what look like facts. And so I'm not impressed with that. What stands out to me is that they had some duties to do on every level, and they didn't do them. So whether these fires were caused intentionally or accidentally, all these fires are or have erupted due to the dry conditions, but also due, at least in part, to California having been negligent in trying to prevent those fires. They have a responsibility. That's why you have government, to perform certain actions when the facts are in their hands. But because they were so focused on their liberal agenda, they failed to see the seriousness of these conditions. And inaction is almost criminal. And so they didn't do anything. In my opinion, many of the leaders, from the governor right on down to the lowest officials, ought to be investigated. How much did they know and understand about the conditions? What decisions did they make or not make that impacted these fires? In other words, who had knowledge and didn't use it? I think those are fair questions. And I believe that the people of California deserve an answer. They're the ones that are going to eventually have to hold these people accountable. So once you have the facts, that's what must happen. They must be held accountable. And they can be recalled, taken out of office, they can be fired, maybe even criminally charged. That's not up to me or you, unless you happen to live in California. If you live in California, then you have the duty to take action, to find out what the facts are, and then take the appropriate action. The California fires demonstrate a few things. One, it demonstrates that liberals, they can get so immersed in their agenda. But you know what the truth of the matter is? Conservatives can get immersed in their own agenda as well. It's okay to have an agenda, and I'm not against a liberal for having an agenda, any more than I'd be against a conservative having an agenda. Then all of the agenda is you have a plan, you have a vision of what you want to see accomplished, and you work towards that. But not at the cost of human life, not at the cost of property damage, not at the cost of devastation that covers a wide part of your state. That's, like I said earlier, almost criminal. It may be criminal. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. But the thing is that I think that this definitely requires some kind of an investigation, and that the people of California deserve an answer. And other states should be watching this, whether they're liberal or conservative. There are certain responsibilities when you are in office that you have that supersede your agenda. And I don't care if you're the governor, or for that matter, I don't care if you're the president of the United States. When you have facts, and or you have something that demands an investigation so to attain those facts, then that your political agendas must be put aside to at least some degree, so that you can focus on, if that's an emergency or a pending emergency. This has been a pending emergency for months because of the dryness of California. And this is something that has happened year after year after year. It's like almost like here I live in Florida. We have hurricanes. We learn from these things. Building codes change because of floods and other damages done. And the buildings codes are upgraded so that new buildings can be protected against another hurricane. Older buildings, and a lot of times older buildings are renovated and things of this according to the new standards. But so it can be done. Florida has shown that. Other states have shown that when you are alert, you take action. And a lot of times governors are, and even presidents are rated, evaluated based on how they reacted to a disaster. What did they do beforehand? What did they do during? And what did they do afterward? So there needs to be a big time investigation. That's my opinion. You may have yours, and feel free to express it here, as long as you keep it clean, and as long as you are not argumentative about it. But that's it for today. That's today's news. I do want have something here that I do want to say to you, because if you like this channel and you like my take on things, or you like to at least know what my takes are, then why not subscribe right below here? Uh, when you subscribe, you get this Christian News and Views, which you're watching right now, plus my other podcast called Becoming a Published Author is fun, and it is fun. And that is where I share teaching and coaching tips that you can use if you want to be a writer and you want to become a published author. Then you can use these things now. I offer. This is all brought to you by TNR Independent Books, and I provide a course called Basic Authors Training, so that you can learn these truths, actually go much deeper than what I do in my podcast. I also have a ministry publishing for you if you're a Christian and you have a book that's about ready to be published or is ready to be published, and you're active in your church in some form, whether it be pushing a broom or working in the office, singing in the choir, whatever it happens to be, then I'm interested in you. And I provide different tips, or rather links, for you to contact us, because we are interested in having you in TNR as a published author, and we will help you become that published author. But in any case, that is what this channel is all about. And when you subscribe, you encourage me, and I promise that I will do all in my power to create episodes that will inform, encourage, and inspire you. And so that brings it to a close today. I thank you for your time. I'm so grateful that you will stop by every once in a while and listen to what I have to say. In the meantime, you have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.